Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel Crafty Concepts with Erin. I have a fun scrapbook layout for you today that we're going to create from a card making special going on right now with Close to My Heart. This is called the Slimline Celebration because it's National Stamping Month. So they are celebrating with this fun kit. So I'll go through it, and you don't have to get everything if you don't want it. You can just buy individual components, which is awesome. But if you love it all like I did, you can get bundle options at a discounted price. So if you guys have been watching my channel, you know I have been using these adorable, thoughtful critters on some of my fall layouts. I have some more artwork to share with you today too after we create our scrapbook layout, so stay tuned for that. But there's different stamp sets of thoughtful critters, the mini garden gnomes, which are so cute. Look at these little mushrooms on here and wheelbarrow. I just think these are adorable. And then we have fishy greetings, and we're using the fishy greetings on today's layout along with this cluster of circles. Now this is a die, so you'll need a die cutting machine. And by the way, each of these stamps come with a coordinating die. Everything shaded in this light blue-green color has a coordinating die, which is awesome. So no fussy cutting going on there. So we have this circle die. And then there's also a star version, and you'll notice these are absolutely perfectly sized for slimline cards. So let me show you the brochure here. I thought it'd be easier to show you this printout I have. So again, National Stamping Month Slimline Celebration. You can see these adorable cards they've created here. Slimline cards are so fun, and I'm going to show you how you can use these on a regular A2 card size as well. So there's an entire card making workshop kit where you can get the entire bundle. You get all the stamps, all the thin cuts. There's even sentiment stamps for slimlines, and then the cardstock. So again, there's different bundle options. There's the entire workshop kit, or you can get a bundle with just the stamps and thin cuts, or again, you can get them individual. So if you just want the thin cuts, or you just want the thoughtful critters or something like that, you've got choices. We love choices, right? And then there's a sentiment stamp. It's 2 stamps in one that are perfect for slimline cards. So you have some going horizontal and some going vertical, which is awesome. So these are really fun to fill out that long and narrow space on a slimline card here. So let's take a closer look at those sentiments. Okay, so again, these come with 2 in 1. And let me pull out a slimline card. So you can get this slimline cards and envelopes value pack. It comes with both the card and the envelope. So this is the base, and it's pre-scored. You just fold that right on the score line, makes it nice and tidy. So the way these work, you could put them on the outside or even the inside, but I'll just show you. Impressive, but not surprising. Congratulations. Thinking of you always makes my day. This isn't just a thank you card. It's a hug with a fold in the middle. I can't believe how lucky I am to have a friend like you. You mean a lot to me. Thanks for everything. A little bit older and a lot more fabulous. That'd be fun for a birthday card. And then for the ones that are oriented vertical, a very extra big thanks. One day a year isn't enough to celebrate someone as special as you. We may live far apart, but you're always in my heart. Thank you. 8 little letters, 1 little space, tell you the reason for the smile on my face. I want you to know that for all that you do, I sincerely appreciate, love, and thank you. That's really fun. I really like that. And then some things just get better with age, and you are definitely one of them. Fun sentiments. So again, I am going to show you, I just wanted to give you a closer look at all of the fun things in this celebration special going on, but we're going to create a scrapbook layout today. So I'm going to show you how to use these card making supplies on a scrapbook layout. It is day 14 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches and Scrap Timber. So I'm following her prompt, which I'll share with you in just here in a moment. I have my VersaMat, I'm laying down a sheet of white daisy cardstock, and now I have this beautiful Harbour color, and I'm going to cut several of these circle strips. So I want to create a border on the left-hand side here. It's very easy to cut these down and trim them to the size that you want. So I'm just taking my microtip scissors, and then I can fit this on the bottom of my layout here. I'll probably tweak that a little bit. So let me show you my photo. I have a picture of my youngest son, and I literally found him snorkeling in the koi pond. He's got his goggles, he had a toy boat. He was so excited and having so much fun. I'm going to cut this down with a large circle die from Hero Arts. And normally I don't do this, but I thought it'd be fun to have this whole circle theme going on for this layout. I'm going to lay down my all-purpose mat, and I have some of the Mermaid Lagoon Distress Oxides. I'm just squishing some of that out onto my mat. I'm going to spritz it with some water here just to kind of dilute that a bit, and then take a piece of acetate. This is literally garbage. It's acetate from a some type of sticker sheet I had that I'm going to use. They call this the packaging technique, and it is so simple. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but today's prompt called for mixed media, so you're going to see how easy this is. Even for those of you that don't do mixed media, this is something you can totally try. It's really fun and simple, and like I said, you can't go wrong. You can't mess it up. So I'm picking up this ink and water mixture, and you can do this with regular inks as well. It does not have to be Distress Oxide. I do want to fill that in a little bit more and have a little bit more solid color, so I'm going to repeat that same process. We'll just squish it out onto the all-purpose mat, add a little water, and you can just add as much color or as little color as you like. You can even mix colors if you wanted different shades of blue, or maybe add some green into this. That would look really fun. But I'm just creating this background for where my circle die cuts are going to lie. You don't have to pre-treat the paper with any gesso or anything. It's just direct ink and water to paper. So bring my circles back in, and I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with the amount of color. So I'm ready to add my embellishments. I have the fishy greeting stamp, and I've already mounted them to the door of my Misty. This works really well, so I can stamp them all at once. And I'm going to use the intense black ink because I'm coloring these in with my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers. So we need an alcohol marker, friendly ink, and I'll give this a good press. Let's see how we did here. I'm missing maybe a little bit on the scales on that fish, so I can just ink up that particular area and close the door again and get that to line up perfectly, and that looks good. You do need to allow this to dry before coloring it in. I've gone ahead and done that off camera. My colors for these fish, I use blue turquoise blend, citrus green blend, citrus blend, and burnt orange. Aren't these guys so cute? And I love how you can completely customize them to match your project by switching up the marker colors. Now I need to adhere my circle die cut border before I embellish. So I have this white Tombow glue. There's also the clear Tombow glue. Both work great. I'm almost out of the white, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. You don't need to saturate it, just dots kind of, around, and I try to work quickly. And then you can just place that right down, and I do recommend putting some blocks on top. That really helps it to adhere nicely while it dries. I'll go ahead and repeat this. Now in hindsight, we have these new 12 by 12 adhesive sheets, and that probably would have been the way to go. And I just wasn't thinking about it ahead of time. But yeah, they're adhesive, double-sided adhesive sheets, and so you can die cut with the adhesive backing on there. So that makes designs like this super easy to adhere to your project. Up in the upper left-hand corner is the prompt for today's layout, and again, it was mixed media was the focus. I'm going to adhere the title in this area like they have it, but I'm going to switch up my embellishments a bit. So I have nectarine cardstock, and this is the classic alphabet dies. And I love having die sets because you never run out of your letters, and you can cut them from any color you want. So let me show you here in the back of the catalog. The classic is on the bottom, and there's also the slim alphas and slim numbers at the top of the page there. So lots of options, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out off camera. And my title will eventually say My Little Fish, and I'll mix it up with my fonts. So I feel like that needs something to jazz that title up. I'm bringing back in my all-purpose mat, and I'm going to do a little ink blending on the bottom of these die cut letters. I have my Mermaid Lagoon ink and my ink blending foam there, and I'm just putting color on the bottom, and you can build the intensity of this color by layering the inks. And so just like the bottom quarter of the letter, and I think this is going to look really fun. It's fun to add texture stamps over the top of these die cut letters also, just to give them like a pattern. Lots of things you can do with these. So we just about have those inked up here, and I think that's going to look good. So let me get that cleaned up, and we will put these back onto our layout. I love these all-purpose mats because you can just wipe them up. They're great. I should have adhered my cardstock to my VersaMat. I don't know why I didn't do that. It keeps shifting around on me, and yet I don't fix it, but that's okay. So I'm going to place my title right here, and then I'm going to use the Smarty Pants paper. This is in the core catalog. It's a school theme paper, but I've cut this circle, gone around with that same Mermaid Lagoon ink, and inked up the edges. And then this strip is a border strip from that same Smarty Pants collection, and I like how it just has this bright pop of colors, brings everything, kind of ties it together, and anchors the layout. With the title and the embellishments, I'm kind of creating a visual triangle around my photo, and there are some cute sentiments on this fishy greeting stamp set. So I have another smaller circle cut from a lined pattern paper from the Smarty Pants, and I'm going to ink this up in black ink, and it says any fin, like anything, but any fin is possible. So cute. I'm going to layer this over my photo. I really like layering elements over the picture, under the picture, and kind of nestling them together, creating these layers. Now this stamp set's no longer available, but there are some great new fonts in the core catalog, so check those out. I'm spelling out my, and then I'm going to spell little. So I'm using, again, that same Mermaid Lagoon ink, so everything kind of ties in together. And now, since I only have one of each letter with this particular font, I'm going to have to spell it out in two different sections. So we'll do LIT and then TLE. Now, I know this is a little scary stamping on your layout, but if it's messed up, you can always fix it. And because I didn't lean over, that is a little crooked. It's kind of going downhill on the tail end there. It's not so horrible, but I think it's bad enough it's going to bother me. So I've stamped them on paper, and I'm going to cover that up, and no one will ever know it wasn't intentional. I have this little piece left over from trimming our circles, and I thought that'll look good. That's going to carry that Harbour color over to the other side of the layout. So I'll just squish a little glue back there. Yes, I definitely need to order a few more bottles of this one, and we'll put a block on it to dry. And then I love using foam tape to pop some of my elements up, and I'll adhere some directly to the layout. Some of them will be popped up, and that just creates dimension. And with a little bit of tape back there, you get that shadowing effect behind your die cuts, and it's just a really fun detail that helps add interest to your layout. So I like this little guy right here. I think that'll be a good spot for him. And I just think these fish are so fun. So I thought it'd be fun to add some enamel dots or something like that. So I'm thumbing through my collection here, and I see these, and I'm thinking, oh, perfect. They're blue and they're clear, and they almost look like water drops to me. So these are no longer available. They're from my stash, but I'm happy to be using these up, and they're just perfect. So I'm going to create some, like I'll probably put 3 around each cluster here, and there's graduated sizes, so you can add small, medium, and large. And maybe one more right there. You just have to love the extra little doodads, right? So this layout is all done. I added some journaling strips here on the bottom, and it just talks about how my son was so eager to experience snorkeling, and I rounded the corner to find him swimming in the koi pond, and he was having so much fun, and the fish totally didn't mind, so I just let him have his little adventure. But yeah, these little fish are cute. I love that background there with the packaging technique, applying the ink, and the ink blending on the bottom of the title. Lots of fun stuff going on here. So Originally, this was designed to be a card making celebration for National Stamping Month, and we totally used it to create a scrapbook layout. But let me share some cards with you. For this first card, I have used the Thoughtful Critters, and we've created a slimline card. This is super fun. The background color here is Harbour Cardstock. The orange is Nectarine, and the fun little polka dots are from the Pumpkin Spice paper pack that I've inlaid into those circles. Then we have our Thoughtful Critters, the little squirrels holding a sign that says another year older. And on the inside, I stamped one day a year isn't enough to celebrate someone as special as you. So a fun birthday card. On the little mushroom, I applied some liquid pearls just to add some texture and shine, and I like the way that turned out. The slimline is really fun, but you can do A2 card size as well. So you can see this is the classic 5.5 by 4.25. I've taken a background paper from the wood grain paper pack from the core catalog and inlaid some plaid from the current mix-ins. I absolutely love plaid and was super excited to see the mix-ins was all plaid. We have some nectarine inlaid into the circles to just kind of frame that all in, and we have our little squirrel, and this time his sign says happy birthday, and a couple mushrooms there. So super cute. You can do slimline or A2 card size. Very versatile there. We just trimmed the circles down like I did on the scrapbook layout. Now this last card was inspired by the layout. So we used the fishy greetings, and the background, I saw on Pinterest a card with this similar background that just really inspired me, and I couldn't wait to try it. So the ink distressing or ink blending is done in kind of this striped pattern, and it creates like that look like the rays of the sun are shining down through the water. So it's Mermaid Lagoon and Chipped Sapphire, and the distress oxides react with water, and that's how you get those dots there. You just literally sprinkle water on it, and it gives you that look. It's so fun. If you haven't played with the distress oxides, I highly recommend them. On our little fish there, you can see the sparkle and shine. I applied some Stickles glitter gel. You can see it on the little yellow fish and on the belly of the seahorse. And I've added some sequins just for some more sparkle. And you can customize the little sentiments in the signs that the characters hold. So swimming by to say, thanks for everything. So I thought this turned out really fun, and I'm enchanted with this little under the sea scene we've created here. So I hope you guys are inspired and have lots of ideas for this Slimline Celebration bundle. Remember, it is only available until October 31st while supplies last. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. I hope today's projects really inspired you and you can't wait to get into your craft room and create something amazing. Here's a few more videos I think you'll enjoy, and I'll see you next time.